Anonymous Confessions.
After almost 10 years of hoping that something could happen between us, I finally realized that he didn't want anything to happen. He knew how much I was in love with him, and he was giving me little bits of attention to satisfy his ego and keep me on a leash. This is the first time my brain and heart have been coordinated. It's time to focus on myself.
I endured psychological abuse and toxicity from one parent for long enough. Suddenly, I cut off all contact after one last drop overflowed the glass, and I feel much better. The only thing that worries me is that I no longer feel guilty for ignoring them like I did at the beginning. I'm afraid this change might change me as a person in a bad way. Even though they are my blood, raised me, etc., I believe my life and my mental health are far more important than their daily arguments, out of boredom and lack of purpose. I know I shouldn't have done it, and you're going to judge me, but it doesn't matter. My sister caught her 17-year-old daughter, my niece, with a cigarette and caused total chaos over it. She put her on every possible punishment, took away her phone, as if she were some kind of criminal and not just a teenager trying to find herself. The irony is that my sister also smoked in high school and college, yet now she's disgusted by it. Anyway, I had a picture of her smoking when she was 16-17, on a school trip, and I gave it to my niece.
I celebrated New Year's Eve with my ex-boyfriend since we were in the same social circle. At one point he went outside and started crying. Everyone came out to comfort him. I went out too, but not to comfort him. I said, "Who cares about him? Let him cry, and he deserves to cry, he's irrelevant." I knew I was the cause of his tears and I didn't care. Now I really regret my words. I love him. And he loves me too. It's been like this for 3 years. We were each other's first love. I feel terrible for what I said. I should have gone over to hug him, comfort him, talk to him and not humiliate him in front of everyone. Karma is great. I think about him every night and cry because of it. I'm disgusting to myself. He never did anything bad to me, he just loved me. I dream of him every night. Alexa, I'm sorry for everything I've ever done to you. I will love you forever. Only you're a white heart. A few years ago, I had a boyfriend who constantly emphasized what girls should be like, always well-groomed, nails, hair, pedicures, gym because that's what he saw in movies. I didn't pay much attention to it, but then he started to pester me more and more with some comments. So one day I decided and said that I needed 300 euros in today's money, and he looked at me like I was crazy. I told him that I decided to fulfill his wish and go get my nails done and do everything to make me beautiful for him. He immediately started to act like he was joking. He didn't mean it seriously. After that, he got angry with me and had an argument, and then I dumped him. If you want a top-notch girl, you have to pay for it, and I don't understand how guys can't understand that. They all want a top-notch girl, but they don't want to work for it.
A long relationship. My fiancé asked me to take a break to cool down. I accepted it. I let her go a little. I went to another city and she came to meet me, holding hands with someone else. Guys, honestly, I don't wish that kind of pain on anyone in my life. I just got over it, looked at her and moved on. We ended it there, but it killed me and it's been almost a year and a half since then. I got over it, but what I've been through since then, I don't wish on anyone. She tore me to pieces. An uncle left my aunt when she got ovarian cancer, and after a few months he married a woman 15 years younger than him. Because what use was she to him as a sick and incompetent wife, were his words. My aunt survived and 10 years later, his young and healthy wife left him when he got prostate cancer. God is good.
I think the need for sex is a natural thing. I haven't had a boyfriend for years. I live alone. When I want, I go out and find someone to hang out with. In most cases, we don't hang out just one night, but every few nights. If I arrange to hang out and something comes up, I have to invite someone else. I don't change partners often, about 2 a year, and I'm very happy with that. I introduced some of them to my family, some got married, some became my friends and I see them and their girlfriends. They introduced me as a friend, and now I am. I haven't lost touch with any of them. I don't consider myself bad, but a woman who knows what she wants. I don't need a husband, I need to be satisfied. I have the most wonderful husband and son. As a teen, I had a big love affair where I got pregnant with twins. I was sure I wanted an abortion. For 17 years, we've made up, fought, loved, hated. Only now that I have a child do I start to regret it and wonder what would have happened if I hadn't done it. As much as I love my husband, a part of my heart will always be with my first boyfriend. I think about him all the time. Am I a terrible person?
In the company where I work, the employers constantly spread the story that we are all replaceable, especially when one of the employees rebels about something, in the style of, if you don't like it, you know where the door is. They don't try to keep good workers, and those who are actually interested in the job and want to stay there. And okay, I'm not claiming that we are irreplaceable, but when someone quits because they got a better offer, they get angry, they won't talk to that person, they literally ignore them as if they don't exist while their notice period lasts. And when that person leaves, they say the worst about him, even if he was the best worker in the world. I believe that you should never close the door with your ass. But in this case the employers close it against you. So when we are all replaceable, and you claim that you can find another in 2 days, why are you angry?
Yesterday, we all went to the court as a family. My mother, sister, brother, and me because of the probate hearing after my father's death. They all dressed up elegantly, and I just threw something on. My brother drove us and bought us chocolate. He said it was a treat for us. We entered the court, they made their statements, my mother in favor of her son, my sister in favor of my brother, and my brother kissed her. Then it was my turn, and I said no. My mother nearly had a stroke, my sister was disgusted, and my brother almost hit me. Luckily, there were other people around. I went to the car, grabbed the chocolate and threw it at my mother and brother. They cursed me, saying I should be ashamed. Why should I be ashamed? Am I supposed to be a bastard? I wish my sister had acted the same way. To give up that much property, to go tomorrow to someone else's house with nothing. If it was just one house, then fine, but property that consists of so many real estates, a factory, and who knows what else, to belong only to him just because he's male. Is he worth more than me? I don't have a father, and now I won't have him either. Imagine, while the sun is setting, you're walking around feeling super happy, and your ex suggests that we go on a jet ski. We once rode together, and I was full of adrenaline with butterflies in my stomach. I sat on the beach holding his phone and waiting for him to ride. Out of curiosity, I logged into his Instagram for the first time, and that feeling is something I wouldn't wish on anyone. My stomach turned. There was a conversation with a girl he knew only casually. He was always the one to message her first, flirting. She just liked his posts and responded politely. He suggested they go together to a concert of a certain singer, and she asked, "What will your girlfriend think about that?" His response was, "It won't bother her." He liked almost all her pictures, and she stopped liking his from that moment. Completely calm, I later asked him, "Who is that?" and he was honest, but he blushed. How disgusting it is when you realize that it's women who stop infidelity from happening. She was just being polite, and I respect her so much for reacting that way, but I'll never forget the shame of being with someone like that.
I was in constant contact with a girl for 7 months. We talked and texted every day because she was in Switzerland and I was in Serbia. We had plans. We discussed everything, and I was really looking forward to meeting her in person when she returned here. However, when she came back, I called her, initiated dates, and made plans. But she always postponed them with excuses. I got attached to her, but she didn't care about me, because if she did, she wouldn't have kept delaying our meetings. Yet she continued acting like everything was fine. She only gave me false hope, and kept telling me that she had never loved anyone so much in such a short time. A virtual relationship is a really messed up thing. It's been 5 months since we stopped communicating, and I still can't forget her. A woman my age, 33 years old, is flirting with me. She kissed me once unexpectedly, and bought me a very expensive gift. She wants a serious relationship and marriage, but on Instagram, her feed is full of pictures, from clubs in a bikini top, and with provocative poses. You want a serious relationship, but you act like a porn star and almost naked, dancing in clubs at 33. No, thanks. Not for me. Once bitten, twice shy. I just don't know how to make it clear to her that she should leave me alone without coming off as awful. Want more confessions like this? Please like and subscribe.